for unconditional good. The last 6 years I've been working on a trilogy for the heart. It started back in 2010. I had no idea at the time it would become a trilogy. I was sitting in the bathtub and I said, I'm going to create an album that's going to have dynamics and percussion, and of course it ended up being nothing like that. It was the start of the trilogy, The Heart of Buddha. 3 years later came The Heart of Mary, and this past year, the final step, the final piece of the puzzle, Heart of Gaia. Heart of Gaia is all about going back to our roots, our ancestral roots, and reconnecting with our essence. We may be spiritual beings, but we're here living a physical existence on the earth plane. And this planet has been ravaged by us. It's been ravaged by our abuse, by our desire to constantly push technology forward. And now we have no choice but to return and begin to honor it at its core.
The alarm is being rang many times by scientists that our planet is going towards its destruction. And it's important that people are aware that we have one home and we have to take care of it. And music is the best way to carry that message.
This means, at the beginning, understanding the earth, understanding each element, and understanding the trees, understanding the wind, understanding fire, everything that our ancestors understood, and that Native American people and Aboriginal people understood very, very well. There's much to be learned from them, and if you look back at the way that we tamed the land and that they tamed the land, there was always a respect. There was respect for each element and the interaction of each of those elements. This is something that we've forgotten. And my goal with this album was to bring us back to understanding why we are here and what we have to do to recapture our harmony with the earth. A huge part of honoring the earth is understanding the ecosystem of the earth. And the animals that we're featuring throughout this collection are all animals that have lost their ability to survive except by preserving and maintaining their natural habitat. So when you see wolves and majestic eagles, black bears, deer, all these animals were once among us, and they still count on us to respect their way of life and their need to live in a natural environment. What a privilege to be able to film essentially every video of the collection, not more than 50 to 60 kilometers from where I live in Saint-Sauveur, Quebec. This is a region that is blessed in abundance with natural elements. Places like where I am right now, which is about 5 minutes from my house. This is a land preserved in its natural habitat with a lake behind, forests, trees, nature as it was intended to be, as we discovered it so long ago before we came and started to build our vision of humanity.
as a tribute to the First Nations all over the world that are protecting our planet, that are activists towards the health and well-being of our planet. So for me, it's important to underline their work and their endless love for our planet. And I want to thank them for that.
And when you see me, arms outstretched in the forest, holding the sacred drum and singing to the trees, to the majesty of the forest, on a rock left by a glacier from long ago, this is my testament to nature, a beautiful song written by Anael so many years ago, and now rewritten to bring you the energy and the core essence of Heart of Gaia. The images, sounds, vibrations, instruments, tonalities, every aspect of this album, our goal is to honor Mother Earth, to honor the Native American and Aboriginal peoples. Music has an incredible gift. It can penetrate us in a way that words never can. Even though I can express with everything in my heart what I'm trying to do in music, when the music and the tones of the music are activated, we reach a new place, and it simply brings us upward and into our hearts, and it lifts our vibration. This is the beauty of what music has done for so long. And when I compose, I'm creating this opening to, you can say, to channel this energy and to bring it inside myself, and then to birth something lasting, something timeless, and hopefully something that will inspire you to listen and be inspired yourselves. This is the goal of everything I do. It's at the nucleus of every moment I've spent in my life creating. The first piece on the album begins with the soft sound of a stream. Suddenly we hear a Native American flute in the distance, and then the drumming with the heartbeat of the earth. And finally my voice, which appears strong in resonance with the earth to bring us into harmony, into unity with nature.
Truth whispers in the wind. We hear your cries. May justice find.
One of the key themes on this album is the Native American woman, because perhaps more than any other, she has been treated with a loss of dignity, a loss of respect. She's been abused, she has been murdered, and no one even noticed. There's such a cover-up of the truth, and part of the goal of an artist such as myself is to reveal the truth and to reveal what's actually going on.
I don't find it fair that they're treated as second citizens in Canada. They deserve the same treatment as us, white women. And it's also, I wrote that song also for all the women in the world that are living these situations of abuse and murder and rape, because I find it very sad that our species is treating badly one big part of it.
The video for Truth Whispers is probably the most complex of the series. In it, you have the Native American medicine woman who offers the peace pipe to the white man, and then myself, who offers in turn the peace pipe to the woman. And in that transition, we are creating peace through generations. We are creating peace between the masculine and the feminine energies. We are showing that this is the new vibration: unity, harmony, love, respect, honor between all races, all peoples. And through music and through the power of words, the power of vibration, we have an ability to go beyond simply the mental state and to come back to the heart. And that's another huge part of the heart of Gaia, is to make people understand that this treatment of these beautiful women is unacceptable. We need to be aware of why their respect is part of creating equilibrium. We cannot move forward as human race if we don't respect women. So when it comes to Native American women, when I wrote this song with Anael, Truth Whispers, this song is intended to be their voice. It's intended to be the voice of women who are no longer able to express their fear, their loss of dignity, their loss of expression. These are their words, and this song I would ask you to circulate everywhere so that people can do their part in bringing this to the public awareness.
Hey, hey, watching me. Hey, hey.
The second video in the collection is called Dream Feathers. And one day in the shower, as it usually happens, it occurred to me that what other way to turn this video than with an infant, with a baby. It begins by a stream. I'm walking in the forest and suddenly there's an infant in the forest. I find her in her beautiful innocence, in her purity, all the attributes of Mother Earth. And then I take her gently in my arms and sing her this lullaby, this Native American lullaby, which I rewrote with a new music and melody just for this album, Heart of Gaia. Beautiful, unforgettable experience. On this album, I had the opportunity once again to work with a longtime partner of mine by the name of Anael, this beautiful angelic voice that graced the first 11 albums of my collective musical legacy. Anael brought a flavor to this album, not only with her voice, but by contributing 2 songs. The first, Heart of Gaia, which was a song she wrote many years ago, which I remodeled with a new lyric, and Truth Whispers, which she wrote the majority of the lyric, and I came behind and made a few subtle touches. But these are 2 of the cornerstones of this album, and without her participation, this album certainly would not have had the flavor that it has.
Pipe with Peace is the song very special to me because it's the first time Bradfield and I sang together in 20 years. And it's a very soft and soothing song for me that brings back the balance between the feminine and masculine.
The tenderness of the woman with the centering in movement of the masculine energy, coming together to create something of great beauty where each syllable is perfectly synchronized. It's not a duet in the traditional sense because every word and every syllable is sung in harmony, in complete harmony. The feeling I get listening to it is like surrounding yourself in velour or in a warm blanket when it's cold at night. This project would not exist without the initial inspiration of a medicine woman named Samanya, who asked me and asked Anael and I to write a song honoring the Native American woman. From this idea was born an entire album which grew, expanded, and became an album which is unlike any other I've recorded before. It's an album full of simple joy, of simple instrumentation. the acoustic guitar, the Native American flute, the sacred drums, each of them play an important role in telling this story of our return to the source of the earth. And this is the message that flows throughout the heart of Gaia, a message of conscious responsibility to lift our vibrations to the next level. Thank you for again giving me the opportunity to share my musical vision with you in sound, in textures, in poetry, and in video. And may it in turn inspire you to honor your responsibility to create a planet that is here for our children and for the future.
Be the change